Still need to get a little bit more consistent, but it is coming along. Unfortunately, it's slower than what I wanted to, but we're going in the right direction though.
Carlos Delgado with 410 career homers, 30 or more in 10 straight seasons. Good luck tonight and this weekend. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.
That's Carlos Delgado. Let me bring in another power hitter right now, Len Berman.
I've been slumping too this year, yeah.
To talk about the Yankees, who are 3 games under 500 and trying to find themselves.
Well, Bruce, this is the first Subway Series I can recall that is so crucial for the Yankees. They are in a stretch of games that can make or break their season.
Yeah, every time I always watched the Yankees, it always seemed like everybody wrote them off every year early, and then you look at the end of the season, they're in the playoffs every year.
We all know we're better than this, and we just have to get something started. There's no formula. If there was a formula, I used it a month ago, but it's just based on feeling good about yourself because our ability dictates that.
Take heart, Yankee fans. Boston's already been rained out. The worst the Yankees can be is 10 games out of first place tonight. And you know what? For the Mets, a great chance to prove they are #1 in this town. I'm looking forward to this series. It's going to be great.
Thanks, Len. And the Mets are #1 in the National League right now. Adding to the spice of the Subway Series are the comments of Jason Giambi. He told the USA Today website that Major League Baseball should apologize to the public for its widespread performance enhancement drug program. Problem. Here's some reaction.
I think you should always speak out on what's going on and how you feel. There's no reason to keep anything in. I think it's always healthy to express yourself.
Giambi will not start tonight. Josh Phelps will be at first base for the Bronx Bombers. Meanwhile, in Tampa, there's another big story. The Rocket Roger Clemens making his first minor league start of 2007. Otis Livingston is with the Rocket in Tampa.
Yeah, Bruce, of course, Roger Clemens can help the Yankees in this Subway Series, but maybe he'll get a chance to pitch when the two teams meet at Yankee Stadium starting June 15. But first things first, as the Rocket relaunches here in Tampa. Nearly 4 seasons after Roger Clemens' last pitch for the Yankees in the World Series, he'll be pitching in pinstripes again, this time in a minor league game. And he has a message for the fans of New York.
That I'm getting closer. I want to be able to perform like I'm supposed to. I want to hold up my end of the deal.
He's expected to throw about 45 to 60 pitches from the mound, followed by a bullpen session of about 30 more.
There's nothing like game situation that you have to reach back, do a little more.
Have you told your family about it?
Yeah, my mother, but she don't know about names, but I tell her, oh, I'm gonna catch, one guy is, very big.
Yeah, he's pretty big. How big? They normally get a couple hundred fans here at a Tampa Yankee baseball game, but tonight they're expecting 10,400. Everybody wants to get a glimpse of the Rocket as he ascends back to the Bronx. Reporting live from Tampa, Legends Field, I'm Otis Livingston. Bruce, back to you.
No injuries, no blisters. I would imagine that he's going to be ready to go after his second start on Wednesday in Trenton.
Roger Clemens talking to his catcher, Francisco Cervelli. The loyal opposition, we should tell you, is provided tonight by the Fort Myers Miracle. The Fort Myers Miracle is the farm club in the Florida State League of the Minnesota Twins and begins play tonight with a record of 15 wins and 25 losses, though they did beat Tampa last night by the score of 8-5. Tampa, a few notches ahead in that Florida State Western Division, a 16 division. They have 19 wins and 20 losses. This ballpark, we're told, is going to be sold out tonight, about 10,500 seats here at Legends Field on just a beautiful night for baseball and great theater.
And that was about 10,000 more that was here last night because it was a sparse crowd, but you can understand the excitement that the Rocket has. And he's scheduled to throw about 45 to 55 pitches. We were talking to legendary pitching coach Billy Connors earlier. So we'll see how long that takes him, maybe 4 innings, possibly 5. And guess what happened to you with the Hall of Famer Roger Clemens?
In this age of video, I guarantee that mom and dad are here with a camera to capture the moment. Roger Clemens, who was fabulous in the National League, winning games, low earned run averages, the best second half ERA in the National League last year, and there his lifetime record. 348 victories. That is 8th on the all-time list. There's 7 guys more than 348 victories. The lifetime ERA of just barely over 3 runs a game. The strikeouts, 2nd all-time to Nolan Ryan. It's probably fair to say that Roger will not catch Ryan unless he pitches
8 more years like this.
I'm going to say at least another 8 years. Who knows? Maybe we'll be back.
57-14. Yeah.
So Roger Clemens is out there, and he will be facing Luis Ugueto as his first batter. Luis is the shortstop. He'll be followed by the son of Wayne Tollison, the designated hitter. Steve Tollison will hit second. Erik Lis hits third. He'll play left field. Juan Portis is the cleanup hitter and will play third base. Whitney Robbins is at first base. He'll hit fifth. Edward Ovaya is the center fielder. He'll bat 6th. Dwayne White will follow him in the 7th position and play right field. Caleb Moore will catch tonight and hit 8th. And Toby Gardenhire, the son of Ron Gardenhire, the manager of the Minnesota Twins, and this is a Twins farm club. He will bat 9th. And the starting pitcher tonight for the Fort Myers Miracle is Johan Pino. Roger Clemens on the mound, getting ready to start yet another comeback in Florida in the 4th game.
You're having trouble finding words for it.
Well, in the 4th game of the World Series, and it ended with a strikeout for Roger
Castillo
in the 7th inning, and he walked off, and an appreciative Florida crowd stood in appreciation and cheered him. We thought that was it. We were all wrong. Roger Clemens beginning his 2007 comeback. Ugueto is in. He is a left-hand hitter, and he watches a pitch up high for a ball. It is 1 ball and no strikes. As Billy said, Roger somewhere between 45 and 60 pitches tonight. 1-0 just misses a little bit low, and it is 2 balls and no strikes.
I like that. Travis Brown is not giving him anything too low. Yeah, so you're a first ballot Hall of Famer. Got to throw a strike for my son.
And there it is.
I was talking to Jim Dwyer, the hitting coach for the Miracle. I asked him if you had a particular philosophy for battling Roger. And he said, yeah, we're going to take enough pitches until he reaches his pitch count.
2-1 pitch is a fly ball to left field, and it's deep. Retreating as Colin Curtis now moves up because of the wind and makes the catch. A prevailing wind blowing from left to right field, and Ugueto is retired. Roger Clemens recording his first out of 2007.
And the flags are blowing rather briskly from left to right, and the ball will carry to right, so you may see a left-handed hitter take Roger, well, deeper than you'd think, as was the case last year when we broadcasted that game from Lexington.
Yeah, there was a big one that night. Here's the defense behind Roger Clemens as he starts Steve Tollison low for a ball. Juan Miranda is playing first base. Kevin Russo is at second base. The shortstop is Reggie Corona, and over at third base it's Marco Vecchionacci. Colin Curtis in left, Tim Battle in center, Jose Tabata, the very highly thought of Yankees prospect, is in right field. The catcher is Francisco Cervelli, having the great privilege tonight of catching the great Clemens. The count is 2 balls and no strikes to Steve Tollison, who brings a .255 average to the plate, 4 doubles, a homer, and 4 RBIs. This is fouled away to the right side, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike.
It was John Drennan who took the Rocket deep out of Cleveland's organization last year.
And when he did, my thought was, is his life insurance paid up? And does he have a next of kin? The 2-1. There's a good breaking pitch in there for a strike. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
For the next plate appearance, you mean?
Exactly.
Roger left him a split up, and he hit it like you're supposed to hit a hanging split.
We talk about the fact that here we are in 2007 with Roger Clemens out there at age 44, about to turn 45 in August. Tries to go on the inside corner and just misses, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. He himself is astonished that he is still out there after 20 years.
Well, when you throw, and you read the numbers in the National League, when you throw as well as he has thrown over the last 3 years, I'm not all that surprised.
Payoff pitch to Tollison is hit on the ground to the left of the third baseman. Vecchionacci across to the first baseman Miranda in time, and there are 2 men out. So Roger Clemens getting the first 2 Fort Myers Miracle batters out, and Erik Lis is up against the great Clemens. Lis is a left-hand batter, .275 average, with a team-leading 12 doubles, 2 homers, and 26 RBIs.
I'm starting to believe, Eddie, that Roger just really enjoys being with Andy Pettitte, because it seems as though he follows Andy around.
Well, certainly that was the sidebar on the day that Andy Pettitte signed, was will Roger play? And if he does play, will Pettitte's signing be an inducement for Roger to return to New York? Swung on and missed. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 and out, nobody on in the top half of the first inning. We are so happy to have you with us wherever you may be watching this broadcast as Roger Clemens begins his 2007 comeback, the 1-1er. A little bit low, and it is 2 balls and 1 strike to the left-hand hitting Joe Lis. Clemens has said he has no problems going to the major leagues after 2 minor league starts here and in Trenton and facing Toronto and Boston because he has a flair for the theatrics. This is grounded foul up the first base line, peeling foul, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. He said it's great for the fans that he would get to pitch against his former clubs in his first 2 starts on the road. Bring it on.
Well, you're going to face him enough during the course of the season anyway, about 19 times.
2-2 with 2 outs. Nobody on. The familiar number 22 on the mound. Robinson Cano wore that number last year and over the winter surrendered it, thinking Clemens might come back. The 2-2er, a late swing and fouled onto the screen beneath us, and the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to Erik Lis.
But Cano took number 24.
Right, and also
he's named for Jackie Robinson.
Exactly right. So there was a dual purpose there.
Inverted 4-2.
But it was reported at the time that he was surrendering number 22 in the hope that Clemens may come back. 2-2er. Late swing and a line drive foul up the third base line.
I like the approach, though. It appears that the Miracles players are at least giving us the sense that they're not intimidated. Sometimes you step in a box and if you're intimidated, well, that means you're already down 0-1.
And what a great thing to work it into the union's labor agreement with management that you now have rehab starts. You didn't have that when you played. The 2-2er. This is a fly ball to right field and retreating deep way back could be going, and it is gone. A home run for Erik Lis on a 2-2 pitch, and the wind aided it out of the ballpark. Tabata went back towards the barrier, thinking perhaps, Billy, he might have a play. He did not. For Erik Lis, his 3rd home run of the year, and Fort Myers now leads in this ball game by the score of 1-0.
Well, Eddie, as we had previewed it, that the wind is blowing hard from left to right, so a good left-handed hitter could put a good swing on a ball, and lo and behold, Erik Lis goes yard.
Juan Portis with a late swing and a ground ball to the left of the second baseman. Kevin Russo gathers and throws, and the side is retired. So Clemens comes back to get Portis, but not before he gives up the home run to Erik Lis for Fort Myers.